Good morning, everyone, and welcome into the Bozard Ford studio for St. Johns County Show that's on in the morning. We have a school principal under investigation, St. Augustine man caught under super speeder law, Governor DeSantis unveils his property tax proposals, and Florida tourist Q1 numbers are out. We'll get to all that more, but first we want to thank Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's been a St. Augustine tradition built on trust, family values, and doing things the right way. For 75 years, generations of drivers have relied on Bozard for quality vehicles and honest service. With over 1,200 vehicles to choose from, no surprise pricing, and the Drive Happy guarantee, Bozard makes car buying truly effortless. That's the Bozard difference. Their award-winning state-of-the-art facility features 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no-appointment maintenance, over 40 mobile service vans to bring the Bozard difference to you, and even Ford's Garage restaurant right there on site. Recognized with the prestigious Triple Crown Award and President's Awards, Bozard Ford Lincoln delivers hometown service with national-level excellence. You'll find friendly faces, great pricing, and a better buying experience just off I-95 and State Road 16. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. Also, a big shout out to all of our amazing sponsors. We have Old Town Trolley, Ben 39 Wine Bar, B&S Signs, Canaan Law Attorneys, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and Sonny's Barbecue. You can support all of our wonderful sponsors and support us with your likes, comments, and shares. You can follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble, and download our app from the Apple App Store. All right, good morning, everybody.
Hey, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
All right, and that means it is, of course, Weekend Eve.
We're just about here.
So close.
So close. I can taste it.
I can smell it.
All right, Blake, how you doing today?
Hey, everyone! Happy Weekend Eve as well. And so Amanda, if you can smell it, Dad, if you can taste it, I can hear it.
All right,
hear it.
we can hear it. We're here.
I think he flip-flopped.
A little bit, maybe.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry
I'm
about
the one
that.
who could smell it.
Do we have a question of the day?
But you can hear it. We do have a question of the day,
All
and
right.
would you like to hear it?
I would like to hear it.
Oh.
Yes. And smell it.
Blake's the one hearing it.
Maybe not taste it.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually,
Probably should
this
taste
one
it.
you do.
Oh, okay.
It is National Burger Day.
It's National
All
Burger
right.
Day.
So who makes the best burger?
Who makes the best burger? Okay, so obviously the answer is my husband.
Mm-hmm.
That's the right answer.
All right, but I'm talking like chains.
Okay.
What chain makes the best burger?
All
So we don't
right,
insult
fine.
family members because it's my mom. But
Okay, best chain burger. I would have to say I don't eat a ton of burgers out. Let's see. I will go with I think Chili's has a bacon cheeseburger that I enjoyed. It's not too expensive. My favorite burger that I've ever ordered anywhere was in the food court of the Louvre.
no,
And that was the most delicious burger I'd ever had.
did not see that coming.
So that's
I don't.
like
I don't think the
weirdest
French were
answer.
known for hamburgers.
I didn't think so either. But it was the only thing I recognized, and I didn't want snails on my Louvre experience. So I had a burger, and it was the best burger I've ever had.
Blake, what about you?
I'm gonna say Steak and Shake. Actually, they make some good burgers now.
All right.
And Steak and Shake's in my top 3. I'm not gonna lie, but I really enjoy a Five Guys burger.
Mm-hmm.
Whataburger is okay. In-N-Out burger is always a treat.
Five Guys is delicious.
But I'm sticking with Five Guys.
Yeah.
So
If there's a Five Guys where we're at, then that's what we're getting, because
Yeah.
my husband loves Five Guys.
yeah, and the fries in the bag, and you kind of tear the bag open and just load the salt up and just
Yeah.
clog up your arteries as much as you can in one
Everything about
in
it's
one
perfect.
sitting.
Yeah.
In one sitting,
But-
you're challenging your body
Yeah.
when you go to Five Guys, in my opinion.
But however, be warned though. Be careful about when you're craving Five Guys. So because if there's a Five Guys in your airport, you might want to crave it, but you know about those prices, and then and on top of that, add the airport tax.
Oh, the airport taxes and the prices. Yeah, anything in the airport, you're kind of paying a lot
I
for.
do think it's funny that Five Guys in Washington, D.C., people in like the White House and the Pentagon will always try and get them to deliver, and they're like, not going to happen.
Mhm.
Like, you have to come and get it.
Mhm.
100%. They will not deliver, and it doesn't matter who's asking. I think the Obama administration tried to order Five Guys to the White House once,
Mhm.
and they were like, you're going to have to pick it up. We don't deliver.
He has people.
I know.
It's not like you can't go, hey, guys.
Pretty sure you can find a picture of Barack Obama standing in line at Five Guys because they refused to deliver it to him.
Was he asking for Dijon mustard at the time?
Did he? I don't know.
That was like a whole huge scandal, by the way. When President Obama ordered a burger in D.C., he actually asked for Dijon mustard on it, and the Fox News was going like, "Oh, President Obama's an elitist. He's asking for Dijon mustard." It's like
he's asking for Grey Poupon.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Dijon mustard's not as posh as it used to be.
No, I really thought it was the height of
it's very common
luxury
now.
based on their ads.
It's like 12 cents more than regular mustard now.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
not even not even posh anymore. It used to be when I was growing up. It was like, oh, Grey Poupon.
I know, you're fancy.
You have any?
Got the glass jar.
You have any Grey Poupon? But of course.
Yes. In the Rolls Royce, handing it from the window. Yeah. It was like the height of luxury.
Yeah. No, their marketing was great.
Very memorable marketing.
Their marketing was great. But of course.
And now it's time for a quick check of the weather.
But of course. It's breezy and hot.
And hot?
It's that hot wind that hits you in the face that makes you feel so comfortable here in Florida.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah. So should I just call it Hot Winded Day?
Sure. Like a fart.
Yeah, that's kind of what it yeah. We're almost to cow's tongue level because it's, when it gets to like July, you just walk outside and you feel like you're like inside a cow's mouth. It's just like so much humidity and so much heat.
I feel violated by this weather report.
I've never been inside a cow's mouth, but I'm pretty sure that's what July feels like in Florida.
That quick check of the weather brought to you by
very extended.
Bin 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's hidden gems. Bin 39, located inside St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street, with over 95 boutique wines, including 50 rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker. Bin 39 is perfect for a date night or unwinding after work. Enjoy wines by the glass or the bottle in peaceful courtyard setting with live music adding to the atmosphere. Open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop in and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Bin 39, your taste to discover. All right, buckle up, baby. It's a Hit the Blanks traffic report.
All right, traffic's moving fine on I-95 today. This is at mile marker 3026, but for some reason, FDOT is feeling anti-developer right now because they're just showing a bunch of clear cutting right now.
I guess. No cows were injured in the traffic
Are
report?
they anti-developer or are they just keeping an eye on the developer? That looks like a spy in the sky on the developer.
Who paid for the
Where
camera?
is this at, Blake?
This is mile marker 3026, so this is 3 miles north of International Golf Parkway exit.
Okay, all right. Okay. So up near the Trout Creek area, that area. Okay.
All right, that Hit the Blanks traffic report and Eye in the Spy looking at developers brought to you by Old Town Trolley. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and explore over 500 years of St. Augustine history in the most fun and flexible way possible. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops with more than 100 points of interest, including the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Potter's Wax Museum. Enjoy open-air views all day, hop-on, hop-off access, plus free parking at the old jail and welcome centers with your ticket. And when the sun goes down, experience the city's spooky side with the Ghost and Gravestones tour. Locals ride free with a full fare guest through hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine, one stop at a time.
All right, and I got to give you a compliment. One of the ladies at trivia last night, because my trivia team, I kind of force them to watch the show.
Yeah.
Because there's always one question that I come up with out of the show on Wednesday.
Yep.
And she said, "Oh, will you tell the lady that's with you she has the most pleasant voice?"
Oh, thank you.
So it was very, very kind. Very kind.
That's very sweet.
And very complimentary of you.
All right. Moving into the news. St. Augustine man clocked at 105 miles per hour on I-95 was trying to get to a rest stop. Or so he says. A St. Augustine man is facing charges after deputies say he was caught driving over 100 miles per hour on Interstate 95, and his excuse is raising some eyebrows. Rafael Lopez, 62, was clocked at 105 miles per hour southbound on I-95 near mile marker 283, just south of the Bunnell and Flagler Beach exit in violation of Florida's so-called super speeder law. Body cam footage from Flagler County Sheriff's deputy shows Lopez telling the deputy his leg was hurting and had locked up.
You got to go. I would use at 62, at the age I'm at right now, I would use, you got to go. You got to go.
You got to go. You got to go.
You got to go. You got to go.
His leg was hurting and it had locked up, and that he was rushing to reach the rest area. I didn't want to stop over here like that, Lopez told the deputy. When asked if he knew how fast he was going, Lopez says, no. The deputy's response was blunt. You have no excuse to drive 105 miles per hour. Mm-mm. This isn't Lopez's first run-in with the law over excessive speed. Show me your shock face. Records show that back in 2022, he was convicted of exceeding the posted speed limit by 50 miles per hour after being clocked at 127 miles in a 60 mile per hour zone. Flagler County Sheriff's Rick Stolley didn't hold back in his statement, saying, "We aren't doctors, but with leg pain and speeds over 100 miles an hour, we can diagnose him with a lead foot." He added that a few minutes saved by speeding is never worth risking your life or anyone else's. Lopez was arrested for dangerously operating a vehicle at 100 miles per hour or more. He was taken to Flagler County Jail and later released on a $150 bond. No word yet on how the doctors diagnosed that leg pain.
Mm-hmm. And his tow fee for getting his car towed is going to be way more than that. So
it costs more to get your car out of hock
than
it does to get you out of hock.
Yeah, if you have leg pain, you go ahead and pull over and walk it out there, big guy.
Yep.
105, and the other one was 120.
127.
Oh my gosh.
In a 60. So 105 on 95 doesn't feel as egregious, but 127 in a 60 mile an hour zone, that's egregious.
100 miles an hour is pretty fast.
It is fast.
You're getting along. You're getting along pretty good.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's okay, and I'm not saying I do it because I don't. Mm-hmm. My minivan's not whipping around 95 at 100 miles an hour. But it doesn't feel as extreme as 127 in a 60 mile an hour zone.
Yeah, I can't say I haven't done it before, but I mean, I purposely knew what I was doing. I was testing out the car to see what the car would do. And there was no one around.
May not. Wait, my parents are on a cruise. I have gone over 100 miles an hour on roads, but that I haven't in the past decade.
There was no cars around anytime I did that.
Yeah,
at least the past decade. At
my adult age. Now, at my younger age,
there
was many times that it might have happened.
Teens and 20s is when it happened. Yeah.
And I will say as well, I think actually one time you actually went 100 miles per hour while I was in the car when we were going down to I think Kennedy Space Center, I believe.
It was coming back.
It was?
Yeah, it was coming back. And I was showing you the car could do it.
Yeah. Then you immediately dropped back down.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
You thought it was fun.
I liked it.
Yeah.
All right. Next story. DeSantis unveils homestead exemption increase to $250,000 as legislative leaders express mixed reactions. Governor Ron DeSantis is making a major push to put money back in the pockets of Florida homeowners, and he wants it on the November ballot. DeSantis unveiled a sweeping property tax relief proposal Wednesday that could eliminate or dramatically reduce property tax bills for millions of Florida homeowners who have a homestead exemption. Under the plan, the current homestead exemption would immediately jump from $50,000 to $250,000. The legislature would then be required to schedule a further expansion that would eventually eliminate homestead property taxes entirely. DeSantis estimates his proposal would initially make about 60% of homesteaded property owners tax-free, rising to 92% once the exemption reaches $500,000. DeSantis is calling on the legislature to convene a special session as early as Monday to take up the proposal. If lawmakers approve it, the measure would go before Florida voters on the November ballot, where it would need at least 60% voter approval to take effect. Senate President Bill Albritton called the approach a meaningful path to relief for Florida families, while also protecting businesses and safeguarding local funding for public safety, education, and infrastructure. House Speaker Daniel Perez was more measured, noting the House had already passed its own property tax elimination proposal and suggested the governor's plan was not shared with the legislative leaders before Wednesday's announcement. But not everyone is on board. The Florida Association of Counties is urging caution, warning that eliminating property taxes doesn't eliminate the cost of infrastructure, emergency response, and other essential local services. Those costs, they say, don't disappear. They just shift onto businesses, renters, and working families. House Minority Leader Fentrice Driscoll called the plan a boneheaded move, warning that even small cuts to property tax revenue could be devastating for local governments that rely on those funds for law enforcement, first responders, and public libraries. Under DeSantis' proposal, any remaining property tax revenue could only be used for schools, law enforcement, fire, and other core services. A trust fund would also be established to help mostly rural counties that lack a large tax base, a concern that has been raised repeatedly by Senate leadership throughout the debate. All right.
What was the minority leader's name?
Daniel Perez.
Fentrice.
No, that's the majority. He's the House
Fentrice
Speaker.
Driscoll.
Fentrice Driscoll.
I think.
The man got voted in at 80% in the state of Florida, and you just called him a bonehead in every publication out there. Probably not good for your district. So that's a boneheaded move to call the governor a bonehead.
Okay.
All right. Let's go with that. I think where this is going to land, I think there's going to, I think it's going to land probably around that 100,000 mark. I don't know if we're going to get all the way to the 250 mark. I don't think that, I think there's so many major concerns in local governments about that, which is probably the way Fentrice should have approached it.
Yep.
And she doesn't have the votes, so you might want to be a little softer with your words. Just suggesting. The 250,000 that takes care of a lot of people. I mean, that eliminates property taxes to a lot of people.
60%.
And I think the 100 is a good compromise to let some of these governments rely on these funds, and it could majorly hurt.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to have to move it a little bit, but I think 250 might be too much too soon, and maybe work it to another process of how these funds are going to be to create that gap, because there is going to be a gap.
So it's currently you have $50,000 property assessed value that is untaxed. Whatever your property assessed value, they subtract 50,000, and then they assess the taxes on the remainder.
And this exemption's only on your main house. It's not on your rental properties or any of those things. So I think 100,000 is more reasonable to first, and maybe have a gradual climb up as you can make it happen. But I think it's too much shock and awe to jump to completely eliminating it at 250.
As a newlywed, we were invited to, my husband and I were invited to this Christmas party that was like way too bougie for us. Like, we were the only people in our tax bracket at this Christmas party, and we are seated at a table with a couple or a couple of couples, and we're going around, and we were introduced as the newlyweds, so everyone's telling us how long they're married, and one couple's like, well, we've been together this long, but we got divorced a couple of years ago. And we were like, oh, I'm so sorry. And it's like, oh, don't be. We had 2 houses and we needed homestead exemption on both. So we got divorced just so we could each have our own house, so that we could each file for a homestead exemption. But they're still together. They're still at the party. They got divorced like 5 years before, just for property tax reasons. It's just wild. It blew my mind.
It's a good business sense.
It completely blew my mind as a newlywed, and I'm sitting here like all lovey-dovey.
And if each one claims a kid, they got 2 heads of households. They're kind of kicking the system's butt.
Dude, I couldn't believe it. I was so shocked.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything else from that party, but I remember that because it blew my mind. All right, Gas Buddy Gas Report. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like around you. We've got Gate at Mizell Road at 406. Circle K at 207 is 408. Sunoco on North Ponce is 409. Gate at US 1 North is 419. Shell at North Ponce de Leon Boulevard is 419. Circle K on US 1 North is 419. Owens on South Ponce is 419. Mobile and Circle K on South Ponce is 424. Shell at 146 King Street did not get the memo and still is at 439. So is Sunoco on South Ponce, 439.
Come on, guys. Get it together.
I know. Change your price.
Yeah.
That Gas Buddy Gas Report is brought to you by the 904 Now merch store. Want to rep your local favorite and stay in the now? Check out the 904 Now merch store and show your support for St. Johns County's premier news and entertainment network. From shirts and hats to exclusive gear, it's the perfect way to stay connected to the community and represent where you're from. Whether you're watching the shows or out around the town, there's something for every fan. Shop the full collection today at the 904 Now app in the Apple App Store or online at 904nowmerch.myshopify.com. All right, got live music today. Jim Lamb's at Milltop Tavern at noon. Craig Smith is at Bin 39 at 1 o'clock. Sean Ryan is at La Cocina at the cellar upstairs at 1. Smokin' Joe Showers at Meehan's at 3 o'clock. Joshua Tennessee Worthy's at Bin 39 at 4 o'clock. John Q is at Milltop Tavern at 4:30. Benny Jacobs is at Hurricane Grill and Wings at 5. Trevor Compton is at St. Augustine Shores Golf Club at 5. We've got Steve Bartlett at Beaches at Volano at 5. Zaza Flamenca is at Hilton Bayfront at 5:30 p.m. Driftwoods is at Concerts in the Plaza at 6 o'clock. Shyla Macaluso is at 17 King at 6 o'clock. Jolie is at Michael's at 6. Dharma is at Prohibition Kitchen at 6 o'clock. Colin Costco is at Pesca Volano at 6 o'clock. Greg Johnson is at Salt Life at 6. Cliff Dorsey is at Colonial Oak at 7. Aaron DeSicchio is at Cortesi's at 7. Terrence Simeon and the Zedeco Experience is at Cafe 11 at 8 o'clock. And Contact Buzz and Versatile together at Trade Winds, closing out the night at 9 o'clock. That music report is brought to you by Canaan Law Attorneys. When life takes an unexpected turn, trust the team St. Augustine has relied on for over 30 years, Canaan Law. Whether it's serious injury, criminal charge, family dispute, or civil litigation, their experienced attorneys provide compassionate guidance and aggressive representation every step of the way. Led by partners Patrick Canaan, Andrew Morgan, and Daniel Hilbert, the firm is known for trusted results and strong community roots. Free consultations are available for personal injury and criminal defense. Call 904-849-2266. Canaan Law, legal guidance you can count on when it matters most. All right, tap into the trends.
Mm-hmm.
My story lost.
Your story did not make.
So we're going to talk about a story out of Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Police respond to reports of gunfire at a store in a town in Scottsbluff and found the culprit to be a dog. Police responding to reports of shotgun blast at a convenience store sounds like the opening of countless American crime movies. But when cops in Nebraska responded to the recent call, they found an unusual culprit. It was the dog. Local TV station KNOP News 2 reported the police in the town of Scottsbluff were called out. Yeah, thanks for repeating it again, The Guardian. Upon arrival, they found a truck with a blast damage in one of the doors and the woman who had been struck in the arm by a pellet from a shotgun. However, investigation showed a canine caused behind the shooting. When it was revealed, the blast happened as the vehicle had pulled to the store as a dog had been moving from one side of its backseat to the other. Somehow the dog had triggered the shotgun, which had a live round chambered to fire, damaging the vehicle and strike the female passerby. The victim was taken to the hospital, though not seriously injured. It is illegal in Nebraska to drive with a loaded shotgun in your vehicle, and now we know why. Because the dogs there have a murderous intent. I want to know the breed of the dog.
That's where I was at, too.
I can't believe The Guardian reported this whole story, repeating itself 3 times, and then
didn't give the breed of the dog.
Didn't give the breed of the dog.
Yeah.
You got to pay the dog tax.
I'm pretty sure it's an Australian cattle dog. This is something Blue and Chili would do. And then they look at it like, what'd you do that for? Like, at the gun. Like,
I'm going to the source. I'm avoiding The Guardian.
Taking zero responsibility for any of their actions.
I'm trying to see if the local source has the breed of the dog because I'm just annoyed.
What do you think? I mean, you know.
So The Guardian called it a shotgun. KNOP News 2
Well,
is
if it's a
calling
pellet,
it
it's probably a
a
shotgun.
BB gun. While on the way, they were informed the incident. Okay, so
A BB gun would
they
not have went
received
through
a
the door
report
and
that
hit
a
somebody.
BB gun had shot at 12:07, and then they realized it was a shotgun.
I was going to say,
All right.
yeah, she got hit with one of the pellets. It was probably bird shot in there.
Officers found a truck with an attached camper and the shotgun blast in the passenger door. I'm looking. Still no breed. What the heck?
Mm-hmm. It might be just a little mongrel.
I want to see a picture of this dog.
I want to see the dog too. I want to see a mug shot of the dog, like holding the number.
With this little board. So cute.
Yeah.
Come on.
So come
You
on.
bring us a dog story, Blake, and no picture of the dog.
Yeah. You know, we're dog lovers. We got to know what's going on with that. But more likely, if it's a bird shot, then it's probably a lab of, big old dopey lab.
A hunting dog.
Yeah.
All right. That happened to the trends with no dog picture.
No
Is brought
dog
to you
pictures.
by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. When the unexpected happens, turn to the name St. Augustine Trust. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced, compassionate team moves fast to help you or your loved one get out of jail and back home. They handle everything from paperwork to release with professionalism, discretion, and zero judgment. When every minute counts, remember the name and the number, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. Do you think the dog called Chris? Maybe.
Maybe. You might have to.
Moving back into the news. St. John's
It's a rough
County-
life.
St. John's County principal put on administrative leave amid investigation into allegations of inappropriate conduct. A Jacksonville news station has obtained letters from St. John's County School District confirming that Trout Creek Academy principal Katie O'Connell has been placed on paid administrative leave following an investigation into allegations of inappropriate conduct. The first letter, dated May 20th, informed O'Connell that she was being placed on administrative leave effective immediately while the district's Human Resources Department completed its investigation into the alleged inappropriate conduct. During her leave, O'Connell has been prohibited from setting foot on any St. Johns County School District property unless specifically directed to do so by Human Resources or school administration. A second letter dated May 2nd informed O'Connell that her paid administrative leave would continue through the end of her contract on June 30th, 2026, and that the district is moving toward a non-reappointment for the upcoming 2026-2027 school year. The nature of the alleged inappropriate conduct has not been disclosed by the district at this time. O'Connell has not been charged with any crime. We will continue following the story and bring you any updates as they become available. This is not what you want to hear.
No. I mean, and she's going through the investigation and all of those things. We just started reporting on the story.
Yep.
So it's you always want, especially the person that's in charge of the school, to be above some of the things that
Yes.
you do the right thing.
It's an unsettling way to end the school year for sure.
Yeah.
You definitely want them to have a high standard of conduct. And we don't know, again, what has been alleged, but it does look like they're looking at not renewing the contract for next school year. So that's not looking great. All right. Florida sees fewer tourists in Q1 despite record overseas visitors and shift in Canadian travel patterns. Florida's tourism numbers took a slight dip to start 2026, but the state's international visitors are arriving in record numbers. Visit Florida released first quarter data Tuesday showing an estimated 39.89 million people visited the Sunshine State between January 1st and March 31st, down just 1% from the same period last year. Domestic travelers continue to drive the bulk of Florida's tourism, with 36.54 million visitors coming from other states, nearly 92% of the total. The number is 1.2% lower than the first quarter of 2025, and the lowest quarterly domestic figure since 2022, when Florida was still recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic. Canadian visitors also declined significantly, down 12.1% compared to last year, though Visit Florida noted that revised data accounting for kiosk reporting issues at Ontario border crossings softened that decline somewhat, but the international picture tells a different story. Overseas visitors hit an all-time record for the quarter, with 2.29 million international travelers arriving in Florida, up 8.5% from 2025 and surpassing the previous record of 2.28 million set in 2019. Visit Florida CEO Brian Griffin called the overseas numbers phenomenal. Phenomenal. I can say it.
Phenomenal.
Highlighting particularly strong growth from the United Kingdom, up 17.2%, and Ireland, up 14.5%. Brazil continues to lead all overseas markets, accounting for more than 10% of international travelers in 2025, surpassing the United Kingdom for the second consecutive year. Interesting. Griffin noted the agency has also seen an uptick in visitors driving to Florida, with some flying into out-of-state airports and then motoring south, a trend they are still tracking. Overall, Florida's tourism engine remains powerful, even as domestic travel shows some softening heading into the busy summer season. I can say we go to the same resort every year in Orlando the week before Memorial Day to start our summer break and have a little family vacation, and it was the least packed that pool has been since we've been going to that resort.
Yeah, we locally we're up about 2%. On this budget year. The January was down. Everything else was up slightly here locally. The gas prices and the airline prices are affecting a lot of other areas, but we're in St. Augustine. We're a drive-in community. Yeah. So we're still kind of staying okay. May looks like it's going to be down, but we'll see what happens after there's some relief in the Middle East. Yeah. And gas prices go in a different direction. But St. Augustine's a little resilient because we are a drive-in community. Yeah. And as far as the Brazilian phenomenon, that's been going on for quite a while, and they love Disney.
Yeah, they do.
Brazilians love Disney.
All right.
So Orlando, the Brazilians keep Orlando with a pulse for sure.
Okay.
So, that's a statewide stat there. Okay. But in St. Augustine, just so people understand, we're probably up about 2% from what we were last year. And we're kind of staying on that model is where we're at halfway through, because that was just the first quarter specifically for the entire state. So, okay. So I don't want everyone hitting the panic button. Oh my gosh, but
we're trending okay.
We're trending better than the rest of the state. Okay. For sure. Even though that's not a huge number, being down like 1.2%. We're Florida. We like to be always moving in that upward position. So, but that's where we're at as far as this, the county. We're trending at about 2% up for the year.
All right, Troy, how do you want to check the comments today?
On this terrific Thursday, I will trundle through the tribe's thoughts.
All right, that terrific trundle is brought to you by B&S Signs. For over 50 years, family-owned B&S Signs has been the trusted name in signage across St. Augustine and the surrounding area. From vinyl lettering to large pylon signs, B&S Signs does it all, backed by fast installation, expert crane service, and reliable repair and maintenance to keep signs looking their best. Named Business of the Year for 2025, B&S Signs is known for quality craftsmanship and top-level service. Make a lasting impression with B&S Signs. Visit bnssigns.com, because when it comes to signs, they do it all. All right, Troy, give us a comments report.
All right, my comments froze up for a little bit, so
mine did too.
I don't know what happened with the comments today, because there's very little comments in there. I did get Joy's gas report. Wawa is at $4, BP's at $3.99, Circle K and Speedway's at $4.03, and I did see it is National Brisket Day, so we might be going to Sonny's. And Tim said that Paper City Hustlers will be at Jimmy Jam.
Nice.
So
that's exciting.
Yeah, so that's good stuff.
Yeah. All right. Do we have Stoidum stats today?
We do. I just I'm not seeing what everyone said.
I know. It bums me out.
It hurts a little.
It does.
It hurts a little. All right, Stordom stat, 1754, the French and Indian War. This was the first bloodshed that took place, and it actually happened 2 years before the war actually began.
Yep.
And it was overland on the Ohio Valley, and there was a young lieutenant colonel that was in charge. Went into this area just out in western Pennsylvania. The French were trying to kind of control the Ohio Valley. The English were trying to control the Ohio Valley, and the French actually were trying to negotiate. And the young lieutenant colonel kind of lost control of his troops.
Yeah.
And they ended up killing like 12 of the French and then making prisoners of like 19 others. Only one English soldier lost their life in this battle, but it was the first bloody battle. And unfortunately and fortunately, this was George Washington's first command.
Yeah.
And he was on the English side, obviously, and he's the one who lost control of his troops. And it was, it kind of stuck with him for a little while in his military, military background during the French and Indian War. And then he went on to win several battles during the French and Indian War. And a lot of the, if you hear some of the folk stories, there was a Indian leader who was fighting with the French who called him the ghost colonel or the ghost soldier, because George Washington was never shot. And this guy was a very good marksman. And he said he swore that he hit him and he called him like bulletproof.
Yeah.
And George Washington would have holes in his shirt where it looked like he should have been hit.
Yeah.
And he never really got hit.
Yeah.
So it's like the bulletproof general or whatever the Native American called him. So because he was a messenger and this Native American said he should have been shot multiple times and he never got shot.
And I know there's reports of, like you said, bullet holes in shirts and coats and also hats. And he never
had a mark.
Yeah. Horses were shot out from underneath him, and he
multiple
never
times. Multiple times.
I think 4 horses were shot out from underneath him in his military career, and never got hit. It's wild. There were reports that if he was at the battle, then Native Americans would just leave. Like, we can't fight against him. You can't kill that man. It's wild.
Yeah.
All right. That's Totem Stab, brought to you by Sonny's Barbecue. Craving real Southern barbecue for brisket day? Sonny's Barbecue, located at 2720 State Road 16 in St. Augustine, serves up slow smoked favorites made to satisfy. Start with crowd pleasers like barbecue pork egg rolls, smoked wings, or crispy corn nuggets, then dig into their tender baby back ribs, or try one of the Pitmaster's picks with all the classic sides, including that famous garlic bread. And no visit is complete without Sonny's signature sweet tea. Sonny's Barbecue, local Pitmaster since 1968. All right, give us some plugs, Troy.
All right, we got Bollocks tonight, so tune in for Bollocks. Lenny and I will be talking all different types of stuff tonight, so we should have a really fun show. And it's almost, like I said, it's almost the weekend. We're there, almost there.
Do you have any plugs first, Blake?
No plugs today.
Woohoo!
It's not close enough to the weekend for Blake to give us any plugs.
Yes.
Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, and Rumble. We got Bollocks tonight. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.